Hi guys, it's Dana. Welcome back, and I am finally ready to finish my sister's journal. This is the 3 signature journal that we used the Reader's Digest hardcover for. And I have been procrastinating finishing this journal because I did not know what I wanted to do with the cover. All I knew was that she had requested a D-ring closure, which I love for a journal that's thick and chunky like this, because you can cinch that D-ring closer tight so that it sits really nicely. Okay, so the only thing I've done to prep is I've kind of picked out some papers I want to use, and I've chosen the lace that I wanted to use for the cover, and I have taken one of the 2 D-rings, slipped the lace through, folded it over. This is really messy, but it doesn't matter. My sewing machine messed up on the bobbin side because it's gonna get glued down. So I flipped the lace over a little bit and I basically sewed it on. Okay, so that's all I've done so far. And then I've got a little book plate here that I want to use because this journal I know is going to be used for a specific reason for her. So let's get started. So what I want to do is use these two scraps that I've got left from the paper collection that we used, and I loved this here at the bottom. I'd like to use this here where the leaves kind of go around the corner right here, because I'm also going to use this doily, and I thought that would just go really pretty like right there to fill up that space. And I want to use this scrap at the top, and basically what I want to do is take where the papers intersect, and that's where I want to put my closure here so you don't see it. So I need to kind of trim this down a little, not too much though, because I really think this fits really nicely right here. And I'm just kind of wondering, with this lace as thick as it is, it doesn't need to go over the middle like that. It can go down a little bit more. So I want it to sit kind of as close to the center as I can. That's still more toward the top. So I need to cut a little of this off, so I'm going to do that. So let's just take let's take ½ an inch and see how that works. There's ½ an inch, right about there. Because that's all we really need. Don't need a lot. So let's just kind of test this out here now. I've got that turned the wrong way. No, I had it right. That's gonna go there. That's gonna go there. And if I kind of put the lace to where it's not centered over it, but more toward the top, I think that's gonna, that looks about perfect to me. And then the doily's gonna sit over the lace a little. Okay, that looks good. So let's ink these and glue them down. So this is going to go up tomorrow morning. So today's Easter. So I hope you guys had a wonderful Easter Sunday. And to all those who are believers on my channel, he is risen. And that's exciting. I love Easter. And what it symbolizes and what it celebrates, the rising of our Lord Jesus. And I love that. Every year, it's just always something to remember and be hopeful about. But even for y'all who are not believers like me, that is okay. I hope y'all had a great Easter today, and that you spent time with the people that you love and care about, even if you don't celebrate. I had my all my kids. I have 2 of my daughters live with me, and then my other 3 who are grown and don't live at home, they all came over today. We had a nice dinner, and I got to spend the day with my two sons, who I don't see as often as my oldest daughter, who doesn't live here. Their work schedules are kind of, one of my sons works second shift, and my other son just started a new job. This week was his first week, and he is working nights. So I don't get to see my sons as often as I would like. So it was nice for everybody to be together today. That was exciting for me. Okay, we're gonna lay this down. I'm gonna turn this around so that I can get a good view here. Get nice and even where I want it. And I cut them a little smaller than the cover so that I can see some of that dark purple outline. I'm going to use Fabri-Tac on the cover. I just feel like it's stronger than art glitter glue. Art glitter glue holds really well, don't get me wrong. It is probably overall my favorite adhesive. But on covers, I really like to use the Fabri-Tac. Okay. So we're going to put this down here on the bottom. Boy, I tell you, the last like month or so, it has been crazy in my life. I have had either, for the last month or so, I have either been at someone else's house or have had other people at my house. And I tell you, when I got home from my sister's house last week, I'm telling you, my social battery was just absolutely run down and depleted. Okay, now, when you're doing a D-ring closure, and I messed up. I should have sewn both of these in here. So I need to rip this out and re-sew them. I don't like to do a lot of sewing on camera because this is what happens. I wonder if I have enough lace cut to where I can just cut them off. Let's see. Did I cut enough to where I can just do that? I don't know. Let's try and see if we can take these stitches out. The back is a wreck though. I hate it when I make mistakes like that when I'm filming. Sorry about that, guys. You know what? I think I'm just gonna cut a new piece of lace. It's gonna be faster. Let me see if I've got enough left on this roll. I should. Let's see what we have here. Yeah, I'm just gonna use this, and I can't believe I did that. I tell you, sometimes I'm like a dum-dum, you know? I should have put both those D-rings. Okay, which is the longer? This one. So we're gonna put this, I'll put this back with my laces. Actually, I'll wrap it around here and repin it. Sorry about that, guys. Now you're gonna have to sit and listen to me watch me go off camera and sew something really quick. I'm sorry about that. I try and do that. I wish I had a setup where my sewing machine could be like right here. Okay, so when you're doing a D-ring closure, you're gonna take both rings and thread whatever it is you're using as your closure. In this case, I'm using lace, and you'll thread it through both. So I'm gonna give myself a little extra room this time because I've got two of them in there. I'm trying just to match up the lace. Now I'm going to sew these on. I'll be right back. right, there we go. Now it's done correctly. I tell you, sometimes if my head was not attached, you know what I mean? Snip these threads here. All right. Now, what I'm gonna do, actually I'm gonna trim this up here. There we go. What I'm gonna do is kind of center this to where it's sitting in the middle of the book. And I'm gonna glue it down. And I'm gonna leave my buckle right here, kind of right on the edge here. So I'm gonna turn it this way. And I'm gonna I'm gonna glue kind of to where my stitch line is right here. So I'm gonna go right about here. And I'm gonna glue this down. I'm gonna put it right where my buckle is, kind of on the edge of the book right there. I got way too much glue. Let me grab a paper towel, just a second. Oh my gosh, where are the paper towels? Jeez. It's been one of those evenings, can you tell? One of the irritating things that happened is we found ants in our kitchen. And so we've been dealing with that all day, trying to keep ants away from the food. And okay, there we go. So that's pretty much in the middle. And what I'm gonna do is I'm not gonna glue it to the spine. I'm gonna leave this loose. I will trim this off, but not yet. And I'm gonna leave that loose, that way I don't feel like I wanna glue it to the spine. Maybe I do. Maybe I just wanna glue it all the way around. We'll do that last though. Let's decorate the cover. Okay, so what I was thinking is, these are doilies that my sister made me. So I want to use one of them. And I'm thinking this like right here. And then one of my handmade flowers in the middle of it. And I thought that would be really pretty. And then I'm gonna put a book plate here with a title. So let's get some glue onto the doily here. Use my glue book here because it's a cover, I want to make sure it stays really, really well. So I'm not going to be skimpy with the glue, but I don't want to put it in places where it's going to seep through the yarn. So right there, and I'm thinking on these little points right here. And I'm a little bit worried that it's going to seep into the yarn, so I'm working fast as I can here. And then I'm going to go around the edge here, because I can already see it kind of seeping into the yarn. Okay, let's get that on. Oh, that's so pretty. She does such good work. Okay, even though it did kind of seep into the yarn some. It's sticking. I can already like let it go. It's already staying there. I know it's kind of off center, but I wanted these leaves, these purple leaves and stuff to show. Okay, I'm gonna glue my flower down and get some of this glue off my fingers here. I needed to get this done for her, and because I want to move on to my spring journals. I did another cover last night. I'll show it to you. I'm excited about it. I want to get on these leaf edges here so that they're not kind of coming up and getting torn as she uses the journal. Okay. Oops. This is going to go right in the center here. I kind of hold that so it makes contact at all those points because the yarn is uneven. Okay. Ooh, that looks so pretty. Oh, I like that so much. Okay. Now, let's work with our book plate here. Let me take a drink real quick. I'm thinking that I want to do the book plate, maybe not directly right here. I think I want to kind of make like a focal point a little bit. I don't know. Let's see what scraps we have and how that might look. This purple would be pretty. Thinking I like this lighter purple even better. I don't know. The dark really matches the doily. Okay, so let's work with this. First, I'm gonna cut this kind of down to size. But what size do we want it? Okay, just taking a look here. Let's see. There it is. Do you like my precise measuring? I'm just gonna lay the book plate on here. Yeah, I think right about there. Yeah. And then we'll cut about, let's say about 1/2 inch off the bottom. That should be perfect. Yeah, that's pretty. Okay. Actually, what would be even prettier, I have an idea. I'm gonna get an edge punch here. Let me find the right one that I want to use. Where did it go? This is it. Not something too elaborate, just put the cover up here for just a second. This one won't take too much off the edge. It'll just give it kind of just enough to dress it up a little bit. Missed one little spot over here on this end. There we go. Let's do the other side. Oops, now I missed the middle. Jeez. Okay, and I kind of messed that up a little. Nothing a little ink probably won't solve. So let's ink it, and if I don't like it, I'll cut another one. see what it looks like after I ink it. Oh yeah, it'll be fine. Okay, so I'll ink this. So our book plate's gonna go right about there. And what I wanna do is get a little, I think I'd like to use like this beige piece right here. So I'm just gonna kind of cut this off the piece of scrap. Figure out what size we need underneath our book plate here. Sorry, I'm not a little more precise. I just, okay, so right about like here. Cut it right here just to start. Yeah, that works. I'm just gonna cut this off right here. And I'm just gonna write in my own handwriting. I'm gonna ink around the edges just in case something shows. And it'll give it kind of that look of framing even on the inside of the, when we put it in here, yeah, you can see that ink a little bit. Okay, so I'm gonna get my black pen. Let me find my black pen. Now my sister is using this journal. She crochets, and she wanted a journal that she could, she takes pictures of her crochet projects. And she wanted a journal to put those in. She's like, I've got all these pictures I need to print to get them off my phone and journal about the projects that I made and who I gave them to, and if there's funny stories relating to it, things like that. So that's what this journal is for. Okay, so I need to just kind of center, and I'm just gonna write the word projects on here. Hopefully that fits, and it does. All right, don't have the best handwriting, but she'll appreciate over the years that it's in my handwriting. So I'm going to glue this down. I'm just going to use art glitter glue, and I'm going to center it on our little piece here. Top to bottom, leaving kind of the same amount on the sides. And while that's still a little wet, I want to make sure that this, yep, that's good. Okay, now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take art glitter glue, not art glitter glue. I'm gonna take Fabri-Tac. And just on the edges of this metal, because I'm going to use some brads. I've got 2 brads over here to attach this with, but I just want to make sure, just for double assurance, I'm just going to put a little bit of Fabri-Tac on the bottom and just on the corners right there, just for some added security, that it's not going anywhere. Okay. And now that that's on there, I need my pokey tool. Get my little mouse pad here. And I'm just gonna poke holes right here on the sides where my brad's gonna go. And we'll put our brads in. hole a little off on that side, but that's okay. We'll get it to fit. Come on, get in there. Goodness gracious. Like I said, it has been a day and it doesn't seem to be stopping now. There we go. Jeez. Okay, that's one. Get this one in. So it's kind of cool because I'm using things she made. Using things she gave me. These book plates she gave me. The crochet doily she made me. I've got, one of the neat things was as we were cleaning out her craft room, she, actually I'm going to use Fabri-Tac to put this on here. She found all kinds of neat things from when her son, my nephew, was growing up. And when he was in elementary school, he took music, he took violin. And she had found some of his sheet music from his violin classes when he was little. And that's actually the music paper that I used in here. Oopsie. So the sheet music that I put in here in all three signatures are from his elementary school violin classes. So I thought that was a neat touch. Okay, so this is gonna go right here. So I'm gonna kind of turn this so I can see it. And I'm just gonna use some Fabri-Tac to, actually, I do think I'll use our glitter glue. Because of the precision tip, I can get it around the little edges that I punched with the edge punch. So I think that'll be better. Sorry, I feel like I'm all over the place in this video just because I did some things wrong and messed up the D-ring closure and, you know, things like that. Putting some glue right on top of those brads, and now with the precision tip, I'm just gonna kind of go around these scalloped edges so that none of them lift up because it's the cover. I don't want anything lifting. It's gonna get a wear. Even if it just sits on a shelf, that cover is gonna get wear. So I don't want anything to lift up. Okay. I'm gonna center this here, right on the cover. Make sure it's straight. That's not centered. Move that over a little. Make sure it's straight. There we go. All right. Okay, now this should be dry. And I'm just trying to decide, do I want to glue that down all the way? I don't think I want to. I think I only want the cover glued down. So if you don't know how to use a D-ring, you just slip the end through both rings like this. Then you split the ring and you put it back through the one on the right. And then you pull. And that's going to keep the journal closed nice and tight, just like that. Now I can clip off the end. My scissors go. And I'm going to leave a little bit of room, a little bit of a tail here. So I'm going to cut this off about right here. And I put this back with my laces. And there we go. It's all finished. She's gonna like that. I think she's really gonna like that. So our lace is glued down to just the cover here. So the lace isn't going anywhere. So even when it's undone, it's still attached. And her doily looks so pretty on the cover right there. Okay, so I am ready to move on with projects now. I'll stick the little scraps I've got left into my scrap bin. I want to show you the covers that I've finished for our springtime. What was this? This was the Graphic 45. Excuse my reach. Once Upon a Springtime. Super excited to start these journals. So pretty. So we did this cover, and I'm not sure what I'm going to use as a focal point. I got it all stitched around. I'll turn it this way so you can see. And what I did was on this one was I did a straight stitch and just to tack that inside material down, and then I zigzagged inside of that. So that's our cover, and I love how the inside fabric you can see from the outside. I just love that look. It's really pretty. So we have that one. And this one, one of my subscribers said that it looked black to her. It's actually a really dark green. I hope you guys can see that. So I got this one done. So you can see the edges peeking out of the inside. This is the inside, those beautiful butterflies. And this one I just zigzagged. I didn't do the straight stitch because once I did this one, I realized I really didn't need to do that straight stitch to tack this down first. It was just fine with just the zigzag. So what I'm going to do with this one is this doily that I made at her house when I was there last time. Now that it's all done, you can see how that's going to lay. So the doily will lay on the cover like that. And we'll glue that down. I'll do it last because I want, when we sew in the signature, I want the threads to be covered by the doily. And I just think that's so pretty. It matches so nicely. So that's our second cover. So those are going to be the Once Upon a Springtime covers. And then I was bored the other night and I did a big collage sheet over book pages. I had like 3 of my book pages, and I just took my scraps of, I wish I could remember, they're vintage wallpapers from, I want to say Tailor Made Journals, but I'm not sure. But anyway, I did some collaging. I did a big collage sheet with those, and then just scraps of book page and things like that. And I was in my bedroom doing it while I was watching TV, and my daughters walked in and they're like, "Oh, that's so pretty, Mom. Are you making a cover? That's so pretty." And then I was just like, actually, that would be a really pretty cover. So what I did was I trimmed it down to 12 by 9 and folded it in half, sewed around the edges, inked it up, and here we have another spring journal cover. And then I've got, see what I had done was I had even backed it because I was going to cut them into journaling cards and tags. So once I decided to do a cover with it, once I trimmed it down to 12 by 9, I collaged the inside. But I left this because this is I'll cut this into 3 tags, and these will be perfect tags to go inside the journal. So we have that too. So that's going to be a 3rd spring journal. And I have a digital that I'm getting tomorrow from Porch Swing Designs. And it is called Springtime Song. And when I saw it, I was like, oh my gosh, that's gonna go perfect in the journal cover I made last night. So that will be a digital I need to print, and that's going to go in this one. So we've got 3 springtime journal covers ready to go, and I'm excited to get to work on them. So thanks for sitting with me tonight, guys. Thanks for finishing up this journal for my sister with me. I hope she loves it. I hope you guys like it. If you have any questions, because I feel like so much went wrong in this video, if you need any clarification, just let me know. Oh, and I wanted to show you before I let you go, the origami butterfly paper clips, altered paper clips that I showed you guys that I did at her house. I did put one in here, and here's what that looks like clipped into a page. Isn't that cute? And it just looked, this purple one I just thought would be so pretty in her journal. And she said, "You're going to put one of those in my journal, right?" And I said, "Of course." Oh, goodness. So one of those went in. I wanted to show you what that looks like on a page, because I don't think I showed you that when I actually showed you the butterflies. So anyway, we'll get this back closed up here. I hope you guys had a wonderful Easter weekend. It was good to be back with you tonight. I'm glad to be done with this project so we can move on to spring journals. And as always, guys, God bless. Stay safe. I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.